Okay, this is the last day of the 3-day clinic. You've seen the riders ride. You've told them your recommendations. What is your opinion on the riders and the progress they've made over the 3 days?
Some make more or better progress than the other. What I've seen, especially with the girls, the young girls, is a lot of anger. A lot of anger. They get so angry with their horses, and you question, do you like what you're doing? Is your horse your partner, your friend? I can understand that when you're very ambitious, because when I was young, I was the same. But it is a bit a shame that, like when we don't know what we do, or when we make riders mistakes, is that it all goes back on the horse, and that is where we have to try to control it. I have seen a lot of anger, too much anger, and it's a long time that I've seen so much anger in young women as I've seen here today. It was a bit disappointing. Last time that was not the case.
You also mentioned another issue that is common all over the world, probably, that many riders want to start jumping before they're ready. What do you think about this?
It's actually that our federations of every country allow this to happen. And the thing is, with everything what we do, and in horses it's all about money. The more we allow people to ride earlier, to jump, it is entry fees, it's all that stuff. But at the end of the day, what we all forget is that we are abusing an animal for our own pleasure. And that people forget it all the time. Because people are not in self-control, federations should control it. And when we jump with horses, the basic principles from the riding, that we can go left, right, faster, slower, people cannot even do that. They cannot ride even a proper circle. And then they want to jump a fence. And that is what is the biggest problem. But because there are no rules and people are free to do what they want to do, they go to shows anytime they want. And we as trainers, we have to make a living. We sort of have to please the client. Where the client, at the end of the day today, because there are especially people that have a little bit more money, the respect that they have for the trainer is zero. Instead that they say what is the best to do, they tell us what they want to do. And we of a sort, we fit in. And that is what is the thing what is totally wrong about this whole sport. It's in the United States, it's worldwide the same. People that can hardly sit on a horse want to jump a fence. Should be forbidden. And the only thing that can forbid it is the federations. But federations only think about money also. Everything in life, what has become a money issue, more money, everybody forgets what's logic, what are the rules. And that is what's going on with the sport. And the only one that is suffering is the animal. And we are talking about federations and everything worldwide, the animal welfare. Everybody forgets it when it's all about money. I go crazy about it. It drives me nuts.
So what do you suggest that the trainers do, and what do you suggest that the riders do to improve this situation? Do you think there is a chance to improve it?
No, definitely not. Because people have become with a mentality that, they don't want to learn. It always takes too long. It needs to go faster. If you see, like this year we were here on the Junior Championships, and the Young Riders Championships, European Championships, the craziness of the parents, the obsession that children can't make mistakes anymore. It's like totally nonsense. It's a sport where young people try to perform with the horse together. They have to try to get better and better progressively. But parents, trainers, they make the kids crazy. And kids are pushed into a level, even horses by professional riders are pushed into a level that is far too quick and far too early. But okay, at the end of the day, what is horsemanship? If you don't understand what it is about, and because this is one of the sports, I don't want to sound negative, but this is one of the sports where you can have no idea what you're talking about, what you're thinking about, and that you still can win a class. This is the only sport where a real amateur can beat a professional, So as long as the horse accepts the torture that he has to go through, and he gives the results that the rider is looking for, that is what is happening with the sport. Because these animals, they have a ability to accept so many things, but they shouldn't accept, and that is why it has become like it is.
Okay, we've been pretty negative, and I understand why, but are there any positive trends that you observed? Maybe not in Slovakia, but someplace else?
At the moment, the only thing that is positive is that the sport is a big sport and that a lot of people want to do the sport. But why do they want to do the sport? You can be 40 years old, never have ridden before, you're rich,